Meg's speechless rage as Sophie inherits Her Majesty's Duchess title while Sussex returned empty-handed. Following the death of Queen Elizabeth II, Sophie, Countess of Wessex is anticipated to be given the title of the Duchess of Edinburgh. The 57-year-old, who is married to Prince Edward, the late Queen's youngest son, is said to have shared a close relationship with her mother-in-law, even going as far as affectionately calling her Mama. According to the Telegraph, Edward, currently known as the Earl of Wessex, may inherit his late father's title of the Duke of Edinburgh. If this does happen, Sophie will become the Duchess of Edinburgh, a title Elizabeth II held from her marriage to Prince Philip in 1947 until her accession to the throne in 1952. The title of the Duke of Edinburgh was initially inherited by Prince Charles following the Queen's peaceful passing at Balmoral on Thursday, September 8. But, of course, Charles has now become King Charles III, and the decision to dish out the title to his youngest brother lies in his hands. It has been reported that Prince Philip expressed his desire of Edward, 58, inheriting the title when the time came, with the king apparently agreeing to execute these wishes. At present, Edward is the only one of the Queen and the late Duke of Edinburgh's three sons not to have a dukedom. Whilst Charles is believed to be keeping true to his word, Edward has previously expressed his doubts. He told the BBC, "It was fine in theory, ages ago when it was sort of a pipe dream of my father's. Of course it will depend on whether or not the Prince of Wales, when he becomes king, whether he'll do that, so we'll wait and see. So yes, it will be quite a challenge taking that on." The Earl and Countess of Wessex have been spotted attending a number of the services which have taken place in memory of the Queen so far. During one of these services, Sophie could be seen comforting her sister-in-law, Princess Anne. This gentle moment took place as members of the royal family observed the Queen's coffin being carried into the Palace of Holyrood House in Edinburgh on Sunday, September 11. The Queen's 4 children and their spouses silently stood and watched on as soldiers from the Royal Regiment of Scotland carried Her Majesty's coffin to the palace's throne room. The Queen's coffin is now in London, and was greeted by her children and grandchildren last night, September 13, as it arrived at her former residence in the capital, Buckingham Palace. King Charles III and the Queen Consort were both there, alongside the Prince and Princess of Wales and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. In other news, Meghan Markle is said to be in a daunting environment while in the UK as she mingles with the royal family ahead of the Queen's funeral despite lashing out at them repeatedly in the last few years. Talking about Meghan choosing to stay back in the UK following the monarch's death and then also stepping out with Prince William and Kate Middleton, who she allegedly has a rift with, royal expert Sylvia Jeffreys praised the Duchess of Sussex. Talking on Today Extra, the Australian morning show host said, "I can't help but think that would have been a really threatening environment for Harry and Meghan, or at least daunting." She then added, "I am starting to feel sick about the negativity around Harry and Meghan this time." Jeffreys also referenced the criticism being leveled against Prince Harry and Meghan over holding hands in public as they mourn the late monarch. She said, "History is repeating in so many ways with Harry, whose grief as a child was owned by others. Once again it is being owned again, and he is being criticized for grieving in a way that others aren't happy about. It will be very interesting to see how history looks back on all of this, and the narrative around it, back on all